On this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
Do you know what sounding is?
No, is it sexing?
Yeah.
Sick.
Sounding's what it's called, right, Rose?
I don't know what it is.
Oh.
This is me sounding
I'm going to
off.
Google and make sure, because if I get this wrong, people will be annoyed.
Is it when I do cool left-wing opinions at people? It's like, this is me sounding off. Yeah.
Sound. I think it's called sounding. I'll double check, but it's pretty wild. I found out about it like 2 years ago and then forgot about it until 10 seconds ago.
I was laughing at the, like the...
Oh, no, sounding's different. Sorry, sounding's where you put a thing up your dick hole. I'm thinking of something else.
Oh, wow. Is that like the Seattle Sounders, the MLS team there? Or just like, what's the mascot? And it's just like a long, skinny tube.
Like,
Yeah,
it goes up
because
your
that's how they
pee-hole.
got them to play well. Is they're like, hey, we're going to put this thing up your dick hole, and if you don't win, we're not going to pull it out.
Last night, Charlie said, we were talking about a band, like I can't even remember, some band Fletcher liked. And Charlie goes, oh, yeah, cool, where are they out of? Like, no irony. I asked him for like 10 minutes.
That is very fun.
Yeah. No, what's the word for the thing where it's like...
Yiffing.
Apparently it's...
Felching.
Apparently it's common...
Squirting.
Not common. Apparently it's more common with trans women, and it's a thing where it's like a way basically to like finger someone or fist someone through their ball sack.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You go
what
like
that
around
is.
the balls and into the pelvis.
I don't know what it's called.
And I can't remember the name of
Yeah.
it, but I know it's basically like trans fingering.
Yeah.
And yes, I've tried it, and no, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I tried it. I get, like 2 years ago, I was like, well, I guess I'll just try. And I was like, that feels horrific.
Yeah.
Trans
It's
fingering
just
is
like,
my
just like
favorite
pressing
Death
on my
Cab album.
urethra, I guess. Like, it's like, there's a cord there. I probably shouldn't.
Oh,
be
but
pressing.
it's just like there's not like
It's
any
also too-
pleasure point up there.
But
It's
you-
like,
too much bone around there too.
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah,
it's
there's
just
too
bone.
much fucking bone. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I'm trying
duh.
to trans finger
Yeah.
myself, but there's too much fucking,
Too much fucking
bone,
bone
down
for me.
there.
I'm too fucking hung
I
to
was
finger
laughing.
myself like a trans
I
woman.
was laughing yesterday.
Just also your ass is right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
It was a nice thing though.
Yeah.
Like the person I was dating last year like sent an article about that and was like,
Here you go.
I'd like to try this
Yeah.
to, be good for you. Would this help?
Yeah.
And then I think she was relieved
Yeah.
that I didn't like it and
Yeah.
I could just go back to fucking her.
Yeah, I felt that. I felt that way about things I've done.
I was just thinking about the idea that you're like, okay, it's like a sex thing. Like, I don't know the name of it. What is it when like the woman, like you're having sex with the woman and she like scream like in ecstasy and like she can't like,
She goes all quiet, but
yeah,
then loud.
we're just like, hey, Sings, that's coming. You're like, what?
Yeah, no, I didn't like that.
Dude, no, that's a dude
That's
thing.
the dude thing. Yeah. You can't co-opt our culture.
I like the idea of Rose.
Which is funny to say while you're wearing a shirt that says #feminist.
Hey, I forgot I'm wearing that already.
Are you gonna wear that out? You
Well, I'm meeting a lady, so I gotta.
should. You
No, not at
absolutely
all.
should keep it
No,
on.
I'm gonna take it off after the pod. I'm wearing my #feminist shirt.
But did you bring another shirt?
No, I'm going home after this.
All
Like, I'm
right.
just gonna go home, change my shirt, and then see a friend for. I'm buying drugs after this. I'm gonna go buy some drugs. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think.
No, that's a great shirt to wear to a drug deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, he's whatever. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he'll be like, me too, dog.
Yeah, man, absolutely. But no, I like the idea of Rose becoming an activist who's like, but your thing is like, the thing where you finger yourself through your pelvis is wrong. It's against God. Use the backup pussy God gave you, the ass. That's your version of like being a
It does
TERF, I
feel
guess.
against God. I just don't understand how anyone could get pleasure out of it.
Maybe there's a specific way to do it like really good.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because like it seems like it would be a trial and error thing.
We gave
to, like,
it a-
essentially poke your balls.
It's a bit
together.
of a 10 million people thing. 10
We
million
gave it a
people can't
good
be
crack.
wrong.
You don't push your balls up there.
It's like around it, right?
Well, it's like okay. Let's talk about
Stop
tuck.
fingering yourself while you're doing it.
I'm trying to like
Like, you
visually
do
show
it like
you.
this. Bro just takes her pants off.
I'm literally doing it
Oh
right
my
now.
lord.
Maybe I'll do it right now.
All right, let's
No,
all
but
just
like,
jack off.
let's all just stop fingering.
Hey, we knew it would come to this one
Sam,
day.
get out of the room.
I mean, that's what a fucking podcast is really.
Yeah,
anyway.
Absolutely.
No, but let's talk about tucking. So tucking, right?
All right.
How you tuck is like you know how like your testicles descend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like 2 holes there.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
this.
The
so
home.
you put your nuts
So-
back up in there,
What
then
the
like
fuck?
pull your
It's
dick
one of those
back.
things that makes me go.
I just can't
It's not.
fathom the physicality of it.
It is very uncomfortable, but it gets easier when your balls start shrinking. Like I can do it pretty.
So it's because I got these meaty balls. Is the reason.
Seriously?
fucking bone.
I got these two goddamn pendulums swinging around.
Seriously, like it used to really hurt,
Yeah.
like after a bit, but like now I can do it all day, night. It's fine.
That actually
But-
makes me less transphobic. That
Yeah.
makes me be like, damn, I respect the hustle.
Yeah. But
Damn, you're putting the work in, aren't you?
yeah, I go through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But that gap is what you're fingering.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So you don't push the balls up into it. You just kind
Right.
of go up and around.
Yeah, I respect that. I think we should all be experimenting more. Not you, Jamie. It's not for you.
What, fingering myself?
Just like sex, really. Just
I would
sex,
love to know what the
sex
most
beyond-
like kinky thing you've done is.
Yeah, I'm interested. We don't talk much about what Jamie gets up to.
Because he's got a wife and it seems disrespectful.
He's had sex with other women.
Not my
also
wife.
like that
Not my
you
wife.
didn't say, I've got a wife.
How many times do you forget?
Oh, I said boyfriend accidentally for the first time since the wedding the other day.
Like your
I
boyfriend.
said that I'm a boyfriend, but I'm.
That'd be good if you doubly fucked up.
said
This is my
he
boyfriend.
said he had a
Yvette.
boyfriend.
But no, I'm dropping wife like 30 times a day. Like I'm like feel self-conscious at work because it seems like I'm doing it on purpose. Every time I say it, I'm like, is this obnoxious? Like,
But you probably would. It's like that Mulaney bit where he says it's like it's good to
It
say
is,
my
yeah.
wife.
it does feel
Right.
good to say. It honestly does. Mulaney was right. He's a very good comedian.
And Borat was right. It does
Borat.
feel good to say.
Yeah.
I was laughing about the the phrase like pound off in the comments.
Yeah.
But it's just someone
Sound off,
furiously-
but it's pound off.
Yeah,
in the-
pound off in the comments. It's just
That's-
no, because people say pound off.
Do
as
they?
well. I swear to God.
Pound off in the
Really?
comments is like porn.
If not, I'm tweeting.
Yeah, yeah.
If not, I'm fucking tweeting pound off in the comments.
I haven't
he's-
heard it before.
Like Google it, but then
Yeah,
I
I
reckon
swear
if
people
no one's done
like.
it.
I swear people like when they're bringing up like a cause or something, they're like, "All right, so we're talking about like the World Wildlife Foundation, like the practices are blah blah blah, pound off in the comments." Or unless
Right.
I've just been misinterpreting it.
Shouldn't
the
just
whole
be like,
time.
here's a photo of my ass, pound off in the comments.
yeah, people just in the comments just post photos of their cum. I guess it's like a digital tribute.
Or just like them, like just that face.
Yeah,
that
here's
you pull.
one. There's a guy on Instagram, Mike Mancini. Pound off in the comments if you need anything from the plug. I'll see what I... Yeah, so people
From the
say it.
plug?
Pound off in the comments.
Damn, dude.
The plug.
And it's just a guy furiously jacking it in the comments.
Yeah. I like. All right, what do you think about this? Lately, I've been hearing girls describe vaginal masturbation as like jerking off or wanking, and I'm like, I think that's appropriation. I think that's not cool to be saying that.
Yeah, well,
That's been happening for years.
I know, and I like
we were
lately
kind
it's
of-
been bothering me.
We were kind of talking about that the other day. Oh, yeah. Well, you know how the other day we were talking about
Gendered.
compliments? I actually saw a woke article being like, it's time to move away from gendered compliments.
Of
Yeah.
course.
And you're just like, oh my God.
Well, wasn't
There's
our
gotta be
thesis that
more
there
than
kind
one.
of aren't that many gendered Well, there are, but they're not broad. There's like specific.
I mean, we went through it. But yeah, so you're saying that like you should like wanking and jerking off are male activities.
Well, not their male activities; they're penis owner activities.
Yeah.
I'm not going
I
to be
bet-
as reductive to
But I think the only reason you probably think that is like the terms for it feel more like what the action is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's that it's describing an actual
Wanking
physical
and
action that isn't happening. I think
Yeah, but that's
masturbating is
only
fine as a
because-
shared word.
That's but only because like you're doing. Oh, this is like cultural studies, like
Yeah.
the signifier and the sign. Thing.
Yeah, man.
Whereas like you're ascribing that meaning to the word. Like
No, no.
wanking doesn't mean like pulling and
I
pushing.
think jerking does. Jerking literally refers to jerking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wanking, I think, comes from
Jerking
the end of like wanking specifically. I think means an up and down motion.
Going
hand
for a
to
cheeky
penis.
wank.
Because also, I don't wank off my girlfriend, but she could wank me off.
Yes, you could absolutely. That would be so fun
To
to
wank
say.
off, I'm gonna wank.
No, but like being.
Do you want me to wank you off?
Do you want me to wank you off? I'm gonna, she's like, yeah, can you do this? And you're like, yeah, I'm gonna wank you. That's
That would be a thing with like some kind of like dom sub things or like lesbians
for
or
sure,
whatever
of
where you're
course.
like you've got the strap on so you
Yeah.
just kind of pretend that it's real.
you can subvert.
Get a bit of lube going
You
on
can
there.
turn any bit into a real thing that's actually happening if you bring kinky sex into it. Like, there's nothing that hasn't
People
been
are
done.
made to suck on a strap on every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Every 10 minutes, I would say.
yeah. Every 10 minutes, an
Yeah.
angel gets its wings.
Yeah, man.
And by that I mean every day I walk home and Sam is wearing a strap on.
Waiting at the door.
And makes me do it.
Yeah.
She's just silently nodding in the
Your
background.
third housemate wants no part of it.
No, Jem is very uncomfortable with it.
Oh, man. I don't know what else is going on.
What are those boats called with the giant fan on?
Hovercraft.
Is that their name? I swear they've got a more specific
no,
name.
you're right.
Isn't
Like
it
the
just
ones
like-
in the Bayou.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it just like a fan-powered boat?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was thinking that, but I was like, I sure it's got like a one-word
It does.
name.
It does. I can't remember what it
And
is.
I was
know
trying
exactly
to
what
look
you're
it up
describing, though.
because I was just thinking,
Look up
like,
the water boy on...
I'm going to just look up fan-powered boat.
yeah, but I was trying to do it without looking at it. But I guess we outsourced it to the three greatest minds in podcasting, and we couldn't figure it out.
This is
So
true.
might as well
The
use
three
Google.
greatest minds in podcasting, Rose, Hastings, and Wikipedia.
Well, I was just going to say that if you go on the Waterboy Wikipedia article, there'd almost definitely be one of the like linked articles because they'd be like, they ride off
Airboat.
in a
Fan boat?
airboat.
Yeah,
Is that
airboat.
it?
Airboat, fan boat, plane boat, swamp boat, bayou
yeah.
boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking we should get out of the podcast game. Maybe get into the airboat game.
Man,
Like
like,
retire to the Bayou.
get an airboat
Let's
each.
stop right now.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
see
in.
you there.
I'm in. I don't have much money, but I'll invest
well,
all of it.
But that's that's
dude,
our company.
I'm going to Florida in April. I'll scout it out.
yeah.
I will be in Florida in April. I'll go down to the Bayou.
Because I'm
Is it
Bayou?
pronounced Bayou?
I think it's the
Man.
It's the Bayou.
We don't even have that thing in Australia, so
They're
there's
mostly-
no
I
correct
don't-
Australian pronunciation. I
Oh no,
guess.
they are in the Florida Everglades. That would
Yeah,
be
of course.
so we do
Yeah.
that, and we like also solve mysteries together.
Yeah,
This
that
is
would
The
be pretty
Simpsons I'm
cool.
describing. This has happened in The Simpsons.
Yeah, I know.
And also,
I just want to do it.
one of our informants is a crocodile that can speak.
Yeah, that would be. Oh damn! Now you've just leveled this scenario up.
All right, Jamie, can you do me a favor and can you let me know what that crocodile might sound like?
Oh man! Does the same voice pop into your head as the first thing?
I think it maybe does. I feel like everyone's on the same page and no one can articulate why.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Is it the voice of Big Daddy in that
Yeah,
episode
I
of The
think maybe it has
Simpsons?
something to do with Big Daddy and The Simpsons. Big Daddy. That's such a
damn,
funny episode.
That's so.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
that-
Why do alligators sound?
Because you would expect it to have like a croaky voice,
And also, I
and
guess,
like
the
deeper and like
the south of the US, and that it's like there is a cultural link, I guess.
What do you think a peacock
Although,
would sound like?
what is the like sort of black population of Florida? Because that's like a real backwards ass place.
No,
I think it's
big
pretty
in some
high,
places.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think the south has like a huge black population, right? Because it's
Yeah,
Yeah, but
because of like slavery and stuff.
yeah,
We're
but like I
definitely
wondered
the
if like
podcast to be-
Florida had changed.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I mean, I can't
All
wait
the other
to go.
places I went did.
I cannot wait to go.
But like we're just on the Everglades operating fan boats. How
Yeah.
fast do you think you can get those babies to go?
man,
How fast do you want to go?
I reckon.
I want to go pretty fucking fast.
I reckon on like if you had like a clean run, I reckon you could easily get up to like 70. But on a fan boat, 70 would feel like 4,000. Like it
Yeah,
would
well,
be
that's what I'm worried
unbelievable.
about in my fan.
You'd also be like at that point it'd be so choppy, like
Yeah.
you'd just be like going up and down.
I'm worried that they're much more. The only thing that popped into my head is I'm worried that they're much more boring than they are. You know that I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're out in the bayou. We've
We've flown all the way to
yeah,
Florida.
we've cashed it all in. We've become bayou guys. We got like the cool bayou suits and stuff, and then we like get in it. We buy the fan boat, and it goes up to like 15 k's now, and we're just slowly going through the bayou, being like, oh, this is kind of lame.
Yeah.
I went on like a little fan boat trip through the like.
Oh, you've been on one.
I guess, yeah, I guess.
And you're bringing this up now?
The dream.
because I'm only just remembering.
We've been talking about this for 10 minutes.
But it was like it never went fast because it was
Oh.
like it was through the swamps and shit in New Orleans, and
that sounds so sick.
they didn't want to like scare off any potential crocodiles or whatever or alligators because it wasn't the right season. So they were like, we saw a few little ones, but
You know how people say if you can't remember the 60s, you were never really there? If you didn't go fast on an airboat, you were never really on an airboat.
exactly. That's what, it just felt like I was just on a shitty dinghy,
Yeah.
which it was.
Yeah. I'm just impressed by the like sort of like physics is astounding, right? The idea that you can push air hard enough to move something forward. That's like huge.
Yeah.
You've never
Yes,
been-
I did smoke weed before I came here.
Like you live in suburb redacted, but like it's so windy here. You've never like
know
felt
I-
yourself.
People know we live in Redfern.
Do they?
It's a huge suburb, Rose. We're fine.
But it's so windy here. Like I've outside the station, like I've damn near been knocked over
It is
by the
windy
wind.
here. There's a lot of wind tunnels as well. With
Yeah.
Maybe we should get a boat here then.
Oh man,
Just like a
Maybe.
land boat.
We
Yeah.
could go like parasailing like near the station.
Ooh, I
That
don't like
could
the
work.
sound of that. That sounds scary.
On the
What's
back of a car.
What one's parasailing?
That's when you like
You're up in
get
the
towed
air.
and you're
Oh,
up in the
right.
air on the
Yeah.
parachute.
It'd be
thing.
cool if we went hang gliding.
I go bouldering every week. Come with me.
That's not the same thing.
It's an
Yeah.
extreme sport. I'm an extreme sportsman now.
Because you go to...
That got quite a laugh from Sam in the kitchen as well.
Yeah, I'm like Tony Hawk,
Yeah, okay.
Matt Hoffman,
But...
whoever the guy was on the cover of the scooter version of that game. Yeah, that did exist.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I remember.
Whoa.
There was one. Yeah, you mostly did tail whips. I
Yeah,
think.
that's
Bunny hop,
surely the
tail
only
whip.
trick.
Yeah.
No, you could probably do grab tricks with it.
Yeah, I
like,
think you
pretty
could. Yeah,
easily.
yeah, yeah.
It's some wild motherfucker trying to do a backflip, maybe.
Yeah. But no, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you could do it.
I'm an extreme sportsman now. I like to climb the bold in my vertical paradise.
Right. That's.
I get what you mean with the you don't want to be disappointed thing, though, but like, because I felt that about jet skis.
Sam, they're not going for the bouldering angle.
And then I went on a jet ski, and goddamn, it's so fun.
Man, it fucking rules.
It's so good.
Oh,
It's
and
like,
have you been on a jet ski?
Yeah.
It seems weird that I haven't, right?
yeah, it
Man,
does.
let's go jet skiing so soon.
I
It,
assume-
like it rules, and
not
you're
even
like,
kidding
I
about this
totally
one.
understand why this is the first purchase a rich bogan makes.
Fuck.
I
Like,
assume it's the first thing you buy when Yvette's dad's money comes through for you.
Oh, yeah.
Man, it's like up there now. Man, I'm like furious that we didn't go jet skiing for my bucks. We
I want to
should've done
go.
that.
I,
That would have been
like
so
what
fucking.
through like Sydney Harbour.
Yeah, whatever.
yeah,
And then
you
we
probably
could
could.
get drunk. After
Really? I don't know if I've ever seen one.
Man, we could go to a beach. Like it'd be like we could.
Yeah.
There's jet ski. There's 5 million people in the city. We can go jet skiing.
Hmm.
I reckon down near the Shire there'd be jet skiing.
Yeah, surely.
It seems
And
like that vibe.
They definitely do stuff like jet skiing down on the Hawkesbury
Yeah,
River.
because it's the same body water as the Hawkesbury, right?
the Shire.
Yeah, isn't that same inlet or is that north?
That's
I don't know
north.
how Sydney.
The
works.
Hawkesbury's north.
But yeah, it's like like whenever I go around that shitty bridge that you guys have, I'm always like, yeah, jet skiing, surely.
I never saw a heap of jet
yeah,
skiing.
they definitely jet
ski country is more like Gold Coast.
I mean, I'm also a little man. We didn't go to the Gold Coast. For my
They,
bucks.
they definitely do it in the Hawkesbury because that's how I heard the term rampy before. Rampies
Yeah.
are the girls that hang around the boat ramp and try and fuck the guys who own boats.
All right, Jamie, hit stop on the
Man,
podcast.
that's sick.
Jamie, hit stop on the fucking podcast.
Okay, stop.
All right, tell me more about these rampies. what are they like? What do they look like?
I mean, they're pretty, like, a lot of them are pretty cool looking people.
Like, is it kind of like a neck tattoo kind of vibe?
Well, the problem is that
That's what I'm picturing.
The problem is that you might not be the guy that they're after, even though you
Yeah.
have the boat. Because
They
like,
want
the
a
guys,
tanned, ripped, and shredded guy
well,
riding
they're
a jet
not.
ski.
They're not like tan. Well,
I
guess
kind
they
of
are,
imagine they are kind of like guys like me.
but they are no. They're,
tanned, like
they're
me.
fucking roided out.
Oh,
Yeah.
not
really?
shredded.
I was picturing like
Yeah.
BMX nerds who kind
Just
of look
too
like me.
beefy.
No, it's like it's
like beach
big
nerd,
slabs
yeah.
of.
All right, well,
They
maybe
don't
not.
really have the six pack because
Alright.
they've got like the fat over
Yeah.
the top of the abs.
Right.
I'd like to try go jet skiing again because last time I went.
Wait. So rampies aren't kind of thick girls with front fringes. That's not.
I mean, it's not a. They don't
All
discount
right, start the podcast
anything.
back up.
That used to be like
And play to finish the bit.
if my mum thought that my sister was dressed like revealingly or whatever when we were growing up, which she never was. My sister is like such a conservative dresser.
Maybe not
But
around you.
I lived in the same
I
house.
mean, I went to the same parties as her.
Dear oh dear, you would have been 12.
Yeah.
But she would call her a wharfie.
Oof, really?
Yeah.
Well, I
which
think
I
that's
think is
the
a great
same thing.
insult.
You know, I got called a wharfie at school, but that means something very different.
What does it mean?
Wharfie was like where so you know how like town hall steps is where all the emo kids hang out.
Yeah.
The Northern Beaches and like apparently there's a lot of localized whatever. The Northern Beaches version was the shit statue at Manly Wharf, and then like to make fun of like the losers and emos who'd hang around there. At school, we'd call them wharfies, and they were like, "You're a fucking wharfie on the weekend, cunt. Get out of my face."
And you were though.
I was, yeah. It wasn't
So it's not an
unfair.
insult to
no,
you.
well, no, it was an insult, but just because it's like if I'm like Jamie, you're fat. That's still an insult and true. It can be insulting and true.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
well, this one was almost less flattering because it was
See,
just
now
like
both our feelings are hurt.
you look like you look like
Me a
the,
wharfie?
I didn't call you a wharfie.
Yeah, you did.
which, like I
Wharfie,
just
bitch.
like because my mum was referencing like the like sex workers that like stand on the wharf at like Port Kembla or whatever and wait for the boat people to come back in, but like
Sorry, was the Shire like 1920s London?
Port Kembla
Jack
is
the Ripper victims hanging around and fucking like.
Port Kembla's
I can't
down.
wait for the sailors to come in.
Port Kembla's
Get me
down
some
past
opium.
Wollongong. But like, never at any point would she have been dressed even close to one of them.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
It's also that's incredibly homophobic of your mother, etc., etc.
Yeah, well, she's
Yeah.
got.
I guess we did just do
some
a bit
work to
about
do.
1920s London sex workers waiting
Yeah.
for sailors to come into
I mean,
port.
I don't
But whatever,
think-
that's historically accurate.
I don't think that those 1920s people would be like, yeah, go join my OnlyFans account.
Oh man, I'm thinking about unsubscribing from some of my OnlyFans accounts.
I think
I'm
you
thinking
should
about
get an
start-
OnlyFans.
I was about to say, I'm thinking about starting an OnlyFans.
Well, I'm sorry, Rose, but I will not be a patron. But I wish you all the best on your journey. Why should I get an
Yeah,
OnlyFans?
cool.
Because
I can't wait for the incognito account.
Yeah,
Hastings
not
Andrew.
Hastings. Not Hastings 21.
Yeah.
Why should you?
Yeah.
Because it seems like something you'd enjoy doing and
But no
you'd
one
get
would
money.
pay for it.
How do you know?
Nah, that's
You
good
seem
point.
to think that there's like a
Yeah, if
subsection
there's a
of
market
society
of-
that are
if
into
there's-
your look.
Based also
Yeah,
on,
but they're not the people paying for OnlyFans accounts.
based on also what I know about
Maybe they
people
would be.
Maybe
who
they
like
would be.
you. People like the women who like you
Really
worship
like you.
like
Please. Let's all settle down. Keep
It's
going.
look,
Like-
baffling, we know, but
it's like it's
Yeah.
almost odd how they're like
how
they, like,
how
just-
devoted.
Yeah.
And
I'm a cult-like figure. What can I say?
well that's
you couldn't. I don't think you. Yeah, you can't argue that.
that
I
is
think.
essentially one way for you to go.
Yeah,
in the
cult
future.
leader.
I've thought a lot
Right.
about being a cult leader.
Oh, I
I've
don't
like-
doubt it for a second.
I'm kind of toned down on the ladies these days. I'm not too stressed as much.
What do you mean? Aren't you going on a date after this?
No, I'm saying I was a joke.
Oh, right.
Because I'm wearing the feminist. I'm seeing my drug dealer after this.
Right.
Yeah, I've kind of stopped seeing girls and started seeing. I don't know. I'm just like
A
comfortable.
therapist?
I'm just.
Stop seeing girls. I've started seeing women.
That is Rose.
Finally.
Yeah, the therapist probably does have something to do. I don't know. I'm just like I'm comfortable. Why would I? I'm pretty comfortable in my life right now. So why would I
Yeah.
mess that up?
Oh, you've already got complacent. Now you're married.
Hastings, it is tragic that you are not compulsively trying to fuck people to the detriment of your own mental health. You've changed, man.
Well, good for you.
Thanks, man. I'm sure it'll all be taken back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, of course. But like,
Yeah, or whatever.
but,
You know,
you know,
enjoy
Progress
while it
isn't a straight
lasts.
line, you know.
enjoy the fruits of your labors for a
Absolutely,
little bit.
absolutely. I'm feeling good. I've got a good new job.
We're gonna get a fan boat. That's on
Yeah,
the
man. I'm so
horizon.
psyched about these fan boats and jet skis. I'm going to a music festival for the first time this weekend.
Oh yeah.
For the first time. You've never been.
First time in like 7 years, I think.
Right.
I used to go to festivals a lot, I should say. Yeah. A lot. I'm cool.
I don't think I've. Yeah, I don't know when I last went. Maybe the last time Blink were here was the last festival I went to.
I think
They
that was the
played a
last one I went to.
festival?
Yeah,
Soundwave
Soundwave.
2013.
Really?
Or 2012.
It was one of those, yeah. I was there. That was the last festival I went to too, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm going to 2 festivals that are coming up though.
Yeah.
And we're going to a festival together, James.
Maybe we should get a jet ski there.
Yeah.
Man, if we could get a jet ski down to Parramatta Park, is that where?
Yeah.
Download.
Is there a river that you could get all the way to Parramatta?
Parramatta River.
All right. Well, let's
All
do
right. Let's start in New Zealand
it.
Which
to get maximum jet ski time in.
I've been to Parramatta Park because they used to have that harvest festival there. Like, I wonder if.
Oh,
I wonder how
Harvest was
close
the
it is.
short-lived AJ Madar one,
Yeah.
which was like, yeah, it's got art installations and shit.
We should see
That,
AJ
that,
Madar.
the cancellation
on
of
this
that
pod.
actually worked out quite well for me because I bought a ticket one year almost exclusively to see Neutral Milk Hotel, and then the festival got cancelled, and I found a ticket to their show at the Enmore for $29 on eBay.
Fuck.
So good.
I would love to see
Profit.
Neutral Milk Hotel. They'll probably never play again, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see him again.
Yeah, but
It was pretty special.
I got into them like after that happened. I think I got
Yeah.
into them because you were talking about how good that concert was, and I was like, I'll check them out.
yeah.
And now I like love them.
because I was like, yeah, I was there with Nick's son, and you're like, maybe I will go. Check it.
Wait, Nick's son, the shaman? Yeah, we're friends with the shaman. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, friends might be. Whatever. Who cares? I
I'm
like
just
him.
dreaming about that fan boat.
Man, it's gonna be so sick. Can I do cocaine on the fan boat?
Yeah,
not heaps.
well, the
What a
fan-
dangerous drug to do on the fan boat.
And
What if
also
it
while
blows
the-
away?
Yeah, while the
That's
fan's
true.
gone. That's a terrible
Oh,
idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
good point. All
Just
right.
imagine fucking having
I'll do
a
cocaine on the jetty. Get on the
fucking
fan boat.
fucking
Oh, don't doubt that for a second.
fucking cigarette hanging out of your mouth while the wind's
Yeah.
blowing through your hair.
Well, doing cocaine.
That would be a great joy.
Being on cocaine on a fan boat is kind of like if you remember the '60s, you weren't really there. If you didn't do cocaine on a fan boat,
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
going for the return of that. No, all right.
I wrote
It's basically the same thing that you said before.
That's the joke. I'll do a third one in 20 minutes. It would be,
I want to return.
Hang on, no, note it down for the last bit.
Yeah.
I want to make my return to jet skis because I feel like I didn't do it right the first time. Like I loved it.
What
but
did you do?
Well, I
what
was
was the
just-
situation?
I was just so paranoid about because like
Notice
we're
how
in-
I said situation
yeah,
because it rules.
Because we were yeah, we're in Mexico and like so it
That's
was,
a
like-
good place to do it.
Yeah, it was sick because like we're
There's no rules.
yeah, well,
You can murder someone.
Well, kind of, but like that's kind of like why. But like then before us, some like there was like a family
Hmm.
and like some teenagers, and they apparently like scratched the jet ski on some like reef.
Right.
And like they obviously came back and they got in a huge argument, and so the Mexican guys seemed like they were like trying to make it out to be worse than it was, whereas the Americans were just being like horribly racist because they're like, you're Mexicans, you must be ripping us off. And like, but like they were getting really fired up about it, and I was like, oh god, I don't want to be in this situation. So my friends were like going like way far out and going super fast. I was just like in the shallow area of the sea just doing circles, being like woo.
man, that's the
Barely getting like to 75% of the speed.
the kiddie pool of jet skis.
Yeah, basically. And they're like, why don't you come around with us? I was like, no, I'm good. I'm just doing another circle.
I'm liking this red wine
Yeah.
vibe.
I had like a friend of a friend whose family was like real rich who owned one, so we used to go and do that tow out bodyboarding stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And like the first time you 100% crash into the wave because you have no idea how much you have to pull up. But the first time you go up in the air, you just shit yourself. You have no idea
so
how
high
high
up,
you
right?
actually get.
Yeah.
It's really high.
Yeah.
Like everyone, first time you get up, you just let go of the board and like, fuck,
One
I'm
thing-
falling for so long.
I haven't been to, like I don't go to the beach anymore and stuff much, but like when
What?
yeah, well, I grew up on the beach. I used to bodyboard a little, and it's not heaps, but like a tiny bit. And like in terms of like,
Did you have a steamer or a spring suit?
I had no idea.
Was it like the wetsuit?
Oh, I didn't wear a wetsuit. As in, like, I like would like just at the surf beach when I was a kid. Like, I didn't
Right.
like properly bodyboard.
Right.
But like, one of the things I remember when like about that though is like the perspective of like a person in the ocean is one of the most warped you can have in terms of size. Like,
Yeah.
if you like people, it's just like, oh yeah, it's just people in the water, and then out there it's like, oh, you're lying flat and it's directly above you. Like, it's
Yeah.
you know, the scale's all fucked.
Like surf always looks bigger while you're out there.
Yeah, well, because it is, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
But so much bigger.
Maybe we should go to the beach again. Maybe that'd be good for me.
I go to the beach a lot. It's great.
Maybe we should go to the beach to hire a jet ski.
Yeah.
But
okay.
which beaches in Sydney can you hire a jet ski at?
Yeah,
Because
look-
I go to fucking
Yeah.
a lot of them.
If any listener has a hookup on a jet ski or airboat thing, for the love of God, let us know.
Why don't we just go to Little Kongwong and get our little dongwongs out?
Oh,
my
I love
Lord.
that. Little dongwong. Play hard jet ski hire.
It must be on the harbour or some shit like the. Jet
Oh,
boat.
wait, here's one. Rockdale.
Rockdale?
Yeah,
That's doable.
It's at the boat ramp there. So there might even be rampies.
Man.
In Rockdale? Almost certainly.
Yeah. And as documented on this podcast, I have no interest in rampies. I didn't record anything.
My one story about Rockdale is too grim.
Sure.
It was a friend's. My sister's friend's parent was murdered.
It's too grim. The year was.
Yeah. Like, have you ever been told that someone you knew was murdered?
No, that's
it's
wild
pretty
as
wild.
shit. That's fucking wild as hell.
Man.
It was
Yeah.
literally like, but like this was like one of those like moments where you know not to make the joke. Is like we were down the south coast, and my friend and I had just been like down the beach bodyboarding, and we came back and we're all smiles and laughs and high fives and whatever, and we walk into the room and there was just such a grim look on everyone's face, and I nearly went, "Who died?" And then like right before I kind of get a chance, Mum comes up and is like, "Lynn Phillips has just been murdered." And I'm like, "Murdered?"
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Man, I remember when there was like a shooting in DY once. I didn't even know anyone involved. I was just like, wait, that's a real thing that happens? Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, oh yeah, someone I knew who lived in Rockdale said that there was a drive-by shooting on their street.
that's so crazy.
Someone I knew got stabbed in the back outside of Epping RSL when I was there.
I knew a guy who got
Shit.
stabbed.
That, I'm
outside
so
Manly
scared
Oval.
of that
He
happening.
lied. He lived.
Yeah.
He was just stabbed in the
I
back.
think
a
most
little.
stab victims live. Like, I think it's pretty
You
rare.
got to get him in a good place to get him.
Yeah.
Or at least a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be a trained.
Got to cut that femoral.
Well, like if
artery.
you see like prison movies, the way they do like shankings and
Yeah, I love that. It's so rapid.
Speaking of shanks and shivs, what do you guys think about this 1-4 tour cancellation? No, all right. No, I think it's actually really interesting.
I was reading about it.
Do you like 1-4?
Well, I've never
I
listened
kind
to
of
him.
got what? Yeah,
Man, they're so good. You'd like them.
I just kind of got distracted because they kept calling it drill music, so then I just started looking that up. And
Then I just started looking at pictures of drills.
yeah,
Yeah.
Then I went on a weird Twitter
It,
ban.
it activated my autism, so I just started buying.
But it's when you
Black
just keep,
Decker
you keep
drills.
pumping the drill at like different velocities to make a kind of a different sound, and you get a tune out of it.
That's funny.
Like that would work.
It would work.
There's all those things where like people playing their guitar with a drill and shit like
Yeah.
that to get those
You
weird
also got like
tones.
singing saws and shit like that. You can do all sorts
The
of
guy
weird
from
shit.
the Neutral Milk Hotel
That's true,
used
he
to
does.
play a
Yeah,
singing
yeah.
saw.
Man.
Normally an old country thing, I think.
Imagine if we were just sitting here all holding drills, like, sitting here, like enamored with them. Occasionally, it's
It's
like,
like, damn.
yeah, damn.
It's just us down on the boat ramp, driving the
Sick.
driving the jet ski with one hand.
Life.
We're down the boat ramp, driving the jet ski with one hand and just pumping the drill in
We've
the
all got
other.
the drills.
We've done it. This is the stupidest episode of the podcast we've ever done. Like, they're just talking about drills.
I kind of like this. This has been a more positive
Yeah.
vibe than.
But we're just
openings.
hanging out. Like I just like we're all just sitting here, and occasionally like you could tell when we started admiring our drills because we just kind of like drift off a little. And we're just like
After
You hear
5
a little-
seconds, you hear it like, off mic, you hear it.
and then like someone's like, "What did you just say?" I was looking at my drill.
Put it in the wall.
Man.
Man, we could drill all sorts of cool stuff. Too.
How
Yeah.
sick would it be when we actually get to use these drills? One of these days, I'm going to do some drilling.
Yeah.
Just like they're like, "What do you do with it?" I'm like, I mostly admire it and go. Zzz, zzz.
Yeah.
That's not my speed. I more like to imagine drilling things with it.
Yeah.
I just sort of mime and pretend I'm doing some drilling. One of these days, I'm going to do some actual
What's the
drilling.
big drill called?
Jackhammer?
Yeah. Whoa.
Shit.
We got a lot of one
Is
of those.
that what?
Damn.
Is that what you meant, a jackhammer?
The thing that you used to go through concrete.
It's a
Yeah.
jackhammer, yeah.
Is it called a jackhammer?
It's called a jackhammer.
Yeah.
But
That's like the
a
world-
jackhammer's a different thing. That's like
You're
hits.
describing the same action.
Yeah,
But
but
that
it's
hits down.
drilling.
But like there are big drills.
Oh, okay. Like
Damn,
something.
what's the biggest drill?
It would be something like something to bore a hole.
Yeah, it'd be
almost.
like
a boring thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they also got like this giant
nothing
one-
boring about it, mate.
Yeah.
It's
What if we
so
had-
wild and interesting.
You could just buy a boring drill in case I look at it.
Well, have you seen?
We could podcast from the top of the boring
Oh,
drill.
that would be so
Yeah,
sick.
do you know
And
there's
then,
or at least from the control
and then
room.
at the end, the drill bores down and makes the new podcast lair where we put our pool table and our jet ski keys.
Jet ski keys.
Yeah. We could think- no, we
It's where we keep the map to the ocean.
Yeah, well, the jet.
Our guest,
The map is framed, so we can't take it out of the hole.
our guest this week is John the Mole Man again.
But if we just say it, yeah, because we obviously you wouldn't put the jet ski in the hole, but the keys, 'cause
Yeah.
the jet ski's on the
Oh,
wall.
and you better believe we keep the keys next to the map.
Never forget.
What do you call it? Like, there's like those giant, like as in 10 meters across, 20 meters across, maybe giant drills that you drive like a bulldozer or whatever.
Oh.
And they're made to build like tunnels. Like, it's how you build tunnels.
yeah,
so-
driving drill.
Yeah, that would be like.
I'll
like,
look it up.
I like see that and I'm like, it's too much. I don't like it.
Oh man, look at it. Man, look at these babies.
Oh yeah.
Man,
Just looking at pictures of drills.
that's so good.
Fuck.
One day I'll graduate from screwdriver.
What's
Yeah.
It doesn't have. Oh, because that's right. I wrote driving drills and it said impact driver. Apparently, that's a type of like handheld.
It's like
drill.
it's like a tunnel borer or something. I don't know what the word is.
driving drill make tunnel.
I didn't go
Google's gonna think I'm gonna get some weird like Facebook
Yeah.
algorithms.
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
That sounds like
Big
a 4-year-old trying to talk. Driving drill, make tunnel.
Oh man, I fucked up my algorithm so
It's
bad.
called a tunnel boring machine.
There you go.
Yeah, that's so sick.
What if we got one of those?
Yeah.
It's also known as a mole.
Well, I think that's too much power for one man.
Yeah, but we could look at it.
But for 2 men and
a
one
trans
trans
woman.
woman.
we've got to make sure it has enough seats for 3 of us.
Yeah.
And then we
This
can
is
put
true.
fuzzy dice.
Oh yeah, and the
Yeah.
dancing Elvis.
Inbuilt podcasting equipment.
People are like, we haven't
Remember
seen
when they outlawed the dancing Elvis?
Fucking fascists.
That's so funny though.
Fucking police state.
Then they'll fucking take our drills away from us.
I'm going to do like
Yeah.
a death in custody rally. Hold up a sign being like, and also
Bring back
the dancing Elvis. Like, I agree with them. I'm on their side, but just my personal agenda is about the dancing Elvis.
Yeah.
Well, in the hole, we'd also have next to the map of the ocean that's framed and next to the jet ski keys. Better believe there's a big mouth Billy Bass because we're
Oh
running the fucking
yes.
ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you've
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
have one.
Yeah. Let's all
We
get like
just
fisherman
built
hats.
the world's worst man cave.
Yeah. The people are like, where's the pool table? And you're like, no, there's a fucking map of the ocean. Great. That's oak.
Yeah. You walk down there and it's
We
like,
varnish that baby.
come down, check out my man cave. It's pretty sweet, my dude. Guys, they're like a 6-pack of beer, all excited. You turn on one of those like neon bar lights and it illuminates the thing, but it's just a bare room with a map of the
Like-
ocean,
A
a drill cabinet.
And check these out.
The drills are just, it's like a gun rack with
Yeah.
drills. And they're like, what do you do with these bad? We're like, pretty cool, right? Check out this bad boy. They're like, what'd you do with it? And we're like, this.
You're like, and these are the jet ski keys. They're like, but where are the jet skis?
It's also,
No, these are the keys.
Well, if you want to know where the jet skis are, may I refer you to the map of the ocean?
just the thing for you, in fact.
Oh man, this one's for us.
this might be my favorite episode.
I also like the idea.
Can we not talk about the movie
Please,
and put
I
it to the
really
next
rather
one
not.
and just talk about drills for a bit
I
more?
really like the idea
I
as well.
kind of wouldn't mind doing
We're
that.
also 35 minutes in, so we can actually. That's
No,
great because
no.
I don't have heaps
No,
to say about
I have
the
very
movie.
little to say about the movie.
no, fuck it, because then we could do this and then we can push that one next week and only watch one movie.
That's
Drills.
Damn,
Drills.
that is-
Drills,
It's
drills,
not
drills,
much a movie.
drills.
I do have more drill stuff to
Yeah,
say.
it's sick.
Well, I like the idea of when you bring the guy into the man cave.
Well, it's a huge ladder. to
Oh,
get down as well.
but
Well,
do
you
you,
can't
is
just
it a
tunnel
huge
the
ladder or is
pole.
it like a fireman's pole?
Oh.
Because that would be fun. That's
Yeah,
a
but
fun
how does
thing.
where's the how do you? Oh no, I guess you get the base.
What
of
it
the
is, it's a fireman's pole that's kind of like a slippery dip, but it makes the shape of a drill piece. Like,
Oh,
it's like a giant drill
yeah.
piece.
What if it was a
corkscrew,
slide?
Or
baby.
like a staircase that looks like a drill piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, we painted this bad boy gunmetal silver.
But yeah, I like the idea of like you've got say like let's say you got 10 drills on the shelf or the cabinet or whatever, and you're
10.
showing them off, and you're trying to do the like showing off each individual drill, but we know nothing about drills. I know like the brand name, and I'm like, I guess this is like I don't know, it's like Black and Decker
yeah.
a brand.
Yeah, this one's an
Yeah,
impact.
Black and Decker.
This one's an impact driver. Oh yeah, how'd you know that? I was googling big driving drill and found it by
I'm
mistake.
trying to find a thing of a different kind of almost sort of drill.
When we've got the big driving drill and we're all in it, God, that'd be sick. I
Yeah.
had a riff that I was going to do about it, but I forgot what it is because I'm just thinking of boring that hole.
Man, it's so the idea. It's
Oh
just,
man, this is a great name. I was looking up mining drills,
Yeah.
and they're called blast hole drills.
Oh, man, we got to get one of those.
That's
Do
a
you have
sick
any
name.
pictures of them?
Man, ever since I've been
maybe
married, I got
here.
a blast hole at home.
Also for social media promotion this week, just all pictures of drill.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
a big
I
collage.
can definitely put we'll just say him other we editor logo on some pictures of drills. I can certainly do that for you.
It's like this here. Like we'll include a picture of a blast hole drill.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a big boy.
Yeah, they're for mining.
Kind of looks like it
Like-
says Blastoise drill.
I
No,
love
I don't
that
like that
it's-
content. Start talking about
love-
drills more.
seems like a Komatsu, that one, you know.
All right. Bee drill's a Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
It's a bee with drills for hands. That's true.
a bee is like it got a drill on the back of it.
Well, how big is this hole? Like, I'm not talking about deep. I'm talking like once it's drilled. Like,
Yeah, how wide?
well, I'm picturing it's a circle that basically just fits this, the jet ski
Oh, no.
keys, and the framed photo, and it's
Right.
a circle.
Oh, right. The actual thing is, I was picturing like the size of my lounge room. So like pretty small.
Oh, that's bigger than I imagine.
yeah, it's like a small.
But like, I'm happy to. Oh no, because we need to put the drills in.
Yeah.
So it couldn't
Yeah.
be just as big
You
as this table.
You need at least that space for like. Oh, probably
Yeah.
a doubly big of that.
Who's the
cabinet there.
Who's the first guy?
That's it.
Who's the first person we take to the man cave?
People are just going to think we're taking them there to kill them with a drill. Which we might.
Is it still a man? Like, because Rose, you're a woman. Like, what's a woman man cave? It's like 2/3 man cave, 1/3.
We could just call it
woman
like
cave.
We could just call it like a hangout.
we could just call it like the den.
Yeah.
The den works.
The den, the big hole.
Yeah. Big holes.
The
when I
blast
got my
hole.
bloody
You gotta
wife.
come, you gotta come by the blast hole, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blast hole's
Yeah,
good.
it's like the neon bar light says blast hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you gotta come by the blast hole, check out the game. Then they get there, they've got the beers. They're like, "Where's the TV?" And you're like,
No, the
what do you-
game is
the game is
playing
looking
with
at the
drills.
We call ourselves the blast hole assholes.
You can't touch the drills.
Yeah.
You don't.
He's like, can we at least like go get the jet skis? It's like, not today.
but you can look at the map.
Yeah.
To the ocean.
You can like see how we do it on it, but like today I kind of had put aside for drills.
Sometimes we,
Oh, this is the most joy. This is
Oh.
this is gonna be the last episode.
It's gonna be so fucked.
for so many people.
It's gonna be so hard trying to explain what this episode is.
No, it'll be so easy.
We just
one
won't. We just
word in
won't,
Prodigy:
right?
drills.
Drills.
yeah, we got distracted.
We started talking about drills. Oh yeah,
Oh.
shit. What do we call
What's-
this episode? Because it doesn't. I guess we could just call it just riffing, but I'm calling it drills.
No, it's yeah, it's drills.
Yeah. 'Cause people will be intrigued by what
what
drills
about
is.
what about just the blast hole?
Yeah, the blast hole.
Well, also I'm saying we're on 40 minutes. I reckon we just do it another 10 because you don't want to run out of steam on this drill shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I reckon
yeah,
the
yeah,
blast hole is good.
Yeah, the blast hole is good. But yeah, let's record another 10 minutes. And
Well, I
we'll
mean,
do
it doesn't
maybe-
have to be like all drill related. Like
No,
we can
that's
bring
true.
it back to drill.
Yeah.
It wasn't drills the whole way through.
Well,
There was
I
a lot
was-
of fan
I've
boat
been thinking
stuff.
more about-
well,
Yeah,
that's what it's got to be. There's got to the photo has got to be like a collage of drills just around a fan boat.
Also, the blast hole should be kind of in an inconvenient location.
Oh,
to
yeah.
make people really mad.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the map to the
And, like,
ocean
really
should be
far
like
from water.
Yeah, it should be like a 40-minute
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Campbelltown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are like, "Hey man, like the map to the ocean, like that means you can walk there, right?" And you're like, "Oh,
You're like,
No, man.
Cunt, we're in Katoomba.
I mean, yeah, for ages.
yeah, it'd be a long walk. I mean, you're gonna forget all about the drill.
It's an island country, so yeah, you can walk there. Like,
Yeah, you can walk there from anywhere.
You're going to want to
Technically,
charge
yeah.
your drill before you go on the walk, so
can
you
also-
can rev it as much as you want.
you
on
can
the way
also
over there.
technically walk from South Africa to East China. So it's like,
Damn.
yeah,
Well, if like the
Can you really?
yeah. There's a landlord. There's land. There's at least one land bridge all the way from South Africa to like bottom of Africa up to Europe over to Asia.
Shit.
Yeah, there's like I think we're like near Egypt. I think there's like a land bridge.
I was thinking about this
Like North Africa.
earlier, and now I was thinking about this like by myself.
I might be
earlier,
wrong, by the
and
way.
now it makes perfect sense.
Maybe are there tunnels? Perhaps made with drills.
Ooh. I mean, tunnels are traditionally made with drills. Last time I checked.
Like imagine the
damn.
drill that made that thing that goes between England and France.
Yeah, the channel. Yeah, that would be the boring drill.
Yeah.
That would be that.
I went on I was in that tunnel. That was a big.
I've been on it.
I was on the train where you sit in your car.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, there's a big queue. I found it very annoying getting onto the train. That was the most stressful part of the whole thing, like the big ramp where you all go.
Yeah, my
drive on.
dad punched the machine there.
Yeah, it's
once,
really
and he,
fucked
like,
there.
and he like broke all the skin in his hand because the boom gate wouldn't let him in.
Oh man, hell yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking this is kind of related, I guess, to drills. It's not really, but it's like it stays on brand. I was just thinking, like, while I was by myself, like podcasts, because like anyone can do them, and like
As we've very much proved.
As we've
And, like,
proven time and time again.
just like the barrier to entry is no barrier. Like if you like you don't even need proper audio equipment. Like so many people just like do it straight into their laptop and GarageBand. I was just thinking about like, because like no, obviously there are no numbers that people like publicly have. Like there's no Nielsen ratings that rates every single podcast. So like most companies keep their listens in house. I was just thinking like, imagine like we joke about how many listeners we have,
Yeah.
but we actually have fans.
Yeah.
And people that listen every
yeah,
month.
we
And-
wouldn't do this for this many episodes if
Yeah.
people weren't listening.
But that's the thing. I
No,
was-
but do you know what? I think if we were doing this for 20 people still, we
Oh.
probably still would be doing it.
yeah, and then we'd be
you
really
gotta do something
like,
with your Sunday.
yeah. But like I was
Exactly.
thinking of like what do you reckon is like the smallest like audience based pod? Like imagine like
I
some
mean, do you want me to name names? Like, do you want me to...
no, because
There's
like,
got to
it
be
probably
podcasts
doesn't
with like
exist.
no listeners.
Yes.
Yeah, like there's got to be, but like a guy who's been like doing it for years, who's like reviewing video games or something that gets 0 listens.
We all know a guy who I'm pretty sure... I asked him once, I think he gets like under 10 listens per episode.
Really? Who?
I'm not going to say who it is. It's quite mean.
Okay, well let's stop the recording.
How would I...
No, I mean you. Well, just tell the episode's over.
I'll tell you, okay, he has one episode that has hundreds of listens.
Oh
and
yeah,
under
I thought
10
it might be that.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah. One very popular local
Okay,
episode.
so I guess that excludes comedy because I was thinking more like fucking nerds because like every scene is gonna have. Every city is going to have a comedy scene, and every comedy scene is going to have an open mic scene where someone starts a bad podcast.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I mean, you fucking tell me of a podcast that makes drills entertaining content for up to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'll show you, we'll just tell your mother we ate it.
I just like it's so fun to imagine that there are podcasts worse than this one. Like there has to be.
Well,
Like,
it's just
I've listened to podcasts.
I've listened to them. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
but it's fun to imagine like their podcast so like not even.
You could argue that the Joe Rogan experience is worse
I mean,
than
I'd
this.
rather listen to this.
But I mean, like, it's fun to imagine that there are podcasts so obscure as well. Like, there's
Yeah.
a guy in like Iowa, like critiquing the bold and the beautiful.
We're gonna
or
get like a
something.
cease and desist letter after this from someone who runs a drills podcast.
This episode is like, we got 10,000 listens.
We just
and,
suddenly-
and they loved it.
We're on Vulture's best podcast of the week.
We just have to do a drill podcast. from now on.
Not many comedians can make drills funny, but transgender comedian Rose Piper and his two cis het cronies.
His too?
Oh, fuck!
Yeah, Vulture still.
Well,
hasn't
it's the
figured it
Vulture writer. It's not me.
Oh right,
Yeah.
Jesse
Yeah.
David
You can-
Fox.
you can
Doing
blame-
a
I thought he
character
tried
of
to
a
be real
trigger
woke.
warning. Vulture writer.
You can blame Seth Simons.
Yeah, Vulture is Vulture's one of the good ones, right?
What do you mean?
Like Vulture's like one of the ones that is
they
like
respect people?
No, it's like a pretty like it's considered like a good media source, right? Like it's
Yeah.
I guess they're like woke and they do articles about
I mean, like,
comedy. And
yeah.
not,
whatnot.
like you know like Vice is kind of a
But
joke,
like Jesse
like-
David Fox is really annoying.
Right,
He
okay.
like.
They're like large in traffic.
Yeah,
they-
cool. Sweet.
But they're like the people that tried to get behind coining the term like post comedy and all that shit.
Oh, yeah, that's boring.
that is so boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the term drill comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause you know what drill rap is? Like it's defined by
Oh, that's how we got on.
That
to
is.
this.
I was.
yeah. Don't worry, I had that in my head the whole time when we needed it out. Don't worry, I got a little safety boat for you. No, drill. Well, because drill rap is about it's like the whole idea is that it's all has to be real. You have to actually have done the things.
It's just about grinding on the streets.
Yeah,
and
but
shit,
the idea
right?
is you don't like glamorize it. Like it's not like
So
I've
you
sold-
can't say I killed someone unless you did it.
It's not that you can't. It's more like the idea is rather than going, I sold more crack than Pablo Escobar. You go, I sell crack every day and it's hard.
I've sold
Like,
a
it's
sufficient
real.
amount
Like,
of
it's-
crack. Here are my overheads
Yeah.
for the next
it's
2 years.
more about like
Yeah.
life's hard on the streets, but this is what we do, as opposed to like I'm the biggest fucking
Whereas, like,
G of all
our
time.
And
Whereas,
no,
like-
you can't smoke crack in the blast hole.
Yeah, which is like what our drill rap is. We're just sitting in the blast hole being like, now you go around. It's like my black,
Yeah.
my deca,
That's funny.
the audio teca,
That's great.
kicking holes.
But, like,
I'm
so, like,
gonna
so-
get a
So
Husqvarna.
drill comedy then would be it's just drill where you can't exaggerate in your bits and you can't make shit up. My comedy would be in big trouble.
but it's always about drills.
yeah, it's like assumed that it's kind of like storytelling is drill comedy because it kind of has to be real.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think if I gave you like how long could we say like 3 months?
Yeah.
You could write a good 5 about drills that you think would do well at like the Comedy Lounge.
Not a 5. I reckon I could get 2.
Right.
2
I
or
think
3.
the
I can get a
obvi-
solid bit that would do
The
well at
obvious
Comedy Lounge.
tag would be to talk, I guess, for me, probably for Hastings as well, that we're no good with tools.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
that's an easy in, and it's
Yeah.
kind of relatable. And then that's when you get real specific with
I'd go-
drill models
Yeah.
and makes you like,
I'd be going. My wife does the handiwork around the house, and then you somehow a way to get that into drills. Maybe I think she's using them for sex. I don't know.
What do you think about nail guns?
love them.
I'm kind of split on the middle because on the one hand, yeah, I do love them, but on the other hand, I really love them. So it's it's tough. Like.
But you know, like it just kind of.
Well,
I
you
feel
need
like
it.
it circumvents a lot of the drilling process.
I don't know,
prefer
but
you know?
drills.
you need.
I
Well-
obviously prefer drills.
Well, that is one of the great scenes of The Wire when she buys the nail gun.
Yeah. To be fair, you do need that nail gun because the map of the ocean's got to hang off something in the hole.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I guess you could use a hammer, but that's
Yeah.
kind of basic.
Or those command strips.
I think like the nail gun is like Morrissey's solo work to drills the Smiths.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like Morrissey's still great. It's not like Wings.
Oh,
I'm not comparing. Not like
bit of a cunt.
His music is still great. He sucks, obviously. I feel like it's a given that we all hate Morrissey now.
Yeah.
How long has Morrissey been a bad person for?
The whole time.
Quite a while.
The whole time.
He's always been like.
Famously since the late 90s, I think.
But I thought
Yeah.
like his original music is like the Smiths stuff is like all left leaning. Like he's not like pro Brexit. and the
I
Queen's
I think it was
dead,
like.
is he?
I think he sort of became like known as an asshole sort of post the Smiths. I think.
But like listening back to his, like listening to the Smiths now, it's like this guy doesn't sound like he'd be a good guy to hang out with. What?
Maybe check your phone.
Jamie's just sent a photo of a drill to the podcast group chat.
This is what I'm going to be doing all week.
I'm excited.
Oh my lord!
We've got to share our
That
favorite
is-
drills.
Man,
It's a pretty good drill too.
I can't believe I just learnt about a new drill brand, Milwaukee. Adding that to the calendar.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Oh, that
so
looks
many-
like a slick ride.
I mean, there are. That looks like one wild ride.
Looks like one smooth ride.
Think of the things I could do with this. Wear it, put it in the case, let people come over and see it in the case.
Pull the trigger, not pull the trigger. Attach
Put any
different
drill bits in it? No.
Holy shit! Look at this.
Too dangerous.
Oh, what's this?
This
Are you
is a
looking up
ha-
nail guns?
This is it's called a hammer, but that's like post hammer.
Oh,
What?
it's like,
It's like
a
an
nail
electric
gun
hammer?
type. That's like a hardcore nail gun type thing.
Fuck, I like that too. Maybe we should just become like tool people.
Oh wait, no, hold on. Is
Yeah.
it just like a flat surface that pressures down to push nails in like a hammer
Maybe.
would, but electrically? That's probably what it
I
is.
give this episode Mitre 10 out of 10 every time.
Bros, you've done it again.
Man, these sausages are sizzling today.
You got a better podcast? We'll beat it by 10%.
Man, I reckon we wrap this shit up. That was
Yeah.
good. Let's end on mine 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Come to Powerbomb Comedy, the
Come,
premier
please.
destination for drill-based comedy.
yeah. Definitely will be after this.
Man, imagine if we got new fans who were huge
I
drill
would
heads.
love that.
That should definitely be our first shirt. Just a
Yeah.
picture of a drill.
Yeah, that is funny.
We're kind of like the 1/4 of Sydney comedy because we do drill comedy.
Yeah, that's where this came from.
What's that other stuff we do? Powerbomb every Friday.
Come to
UTS next semester, maybe.
No,
come to
yeah.
comedy at Papa Getty's third Tuesday of every month.
Support live comedy.
Twitter.
I've been good on Twitter lately. It's at Andrew Hastings. I'm getting more followers and shit.
I'm Jamie Kerr Comedy. I do all right.
Yeah, I've been doing all right lately. I'm at Rose Alice Piper.
Yeah. Oh, also, you can see
Also
a picture.
on Instagram.
Here's a little thing. If you want to see a photo of my hashtag feminist shirt, I posted on Twitter. So head over, check that there. Chuck us a like.
If you want to see a bunch of
Show us a
pictures
follow.
of drills, go to our Facebook page the week of this episode.
Check out this beauty.
Ow!
God damn!
I'm gonna go down the hardware store and just take a video of me like.
That'd be so funny. All three of us walking down to Bunnings looking at drills, just going, woo! People are like,
High fiving.
see?
Getting,
Fucking this.
getting a photo, shaking the hand of the guy working in there, like
Posting a photo
in the front of them.
of drills with just the comment. His comment is just like 4 fire emojis.
Took this bad boy for a test today. Smooth ride.
Yeah, follow. I actually have a premium Snapchat where you can check out my drill videos.
That's my OnlyFans.
yeah.
To the next step.
The next step.
Man, if you didn't record a podcast entirely about drills on an airboat, were you even really on an airboat?